everybody, yeah, I'm cosplaying today, and I figured I would make a cosplay tag video, which is basically just questions about cosplay, since I haven't uploaded on here in forever. I was looking at my comments the other day, because I rarely go on this channel for personal stuff, and a bunch of people were asking where I was and why I wasn't uploading videos, and I'm sorry to you guys that thought I was, gonna be uploading on the daily. I probably shouldn't have perpetuated that idea. But my camera's been broken, I haven't had a whole lot of time for cosplay, I have a job, things are just going kinda you know, just don't have a whole lot of time. But I will upload when I can, so there's that. And also people are asking me where my Juzo is. I'll explain that in a minute. Okay, so these are the cosplay questions, if I can get to them. Alrighty, Rue. How you guys been? You been good? Hanging in there? I hope so. Truthfully. Okay. Let's see. Okay. What got you into cosplay? Well, I'm trying to think about what got me into cosplay. I think it was, I just saw Juzo on Tokyo Ghoul and I was like, wow, I could be him. And then I got a wig. But I also did watch cosplayers on YouTube, just, you know, for funs and stuff. So there's actually a group that got me into kind of want to cosplay, called Cup of Squirrel. They do really cute stuff, they're adorable, like their friendship is amazing. And like I don't like idolize them or anything, I think they're awesome, but like they're a pretty cool group of friends and it just makes me think, oh man, I wish I had a group of friends to cosplay with. You know, so partly them, and just, you know, cosplaying in general. I used to dress up as Sailor Moon when I was little, but I don't really think that counts, so we're just gonna say that. How long have you been cosplaying? I've been cosplaying for about 3 years. Yes, I think 3 years. How many cosplays have you done? I don't really know how to count these because I'm not sure if they do count, if they're like legit cosplays, but it hasn't been that many, so I'm just gonna go through them. I originally got my white wig because I wanted to cosplay Nier from Death Note. That never happened. So I got it for Juzo. So Juzo, Maka, Toka Kirishima from Tokyo Ghoul, Levi from Attack on Titan. I've cosplayed Matt from Death Note. He's one of my favorites. I've cosplayed Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul, and also Izaya from Durarara, because my Levi wig, which is just a regular black short wig, it's kind of universal, you can kind of style it in ways that it'll work for more than one character, because it's a black wig. I believe that is it, other than Sailor Moon when I was like 5. But yeah, so that's pretty much all the cosplays I've done. I'm pretty sure there might be a couple more that I'm just not registering, but yeah, as far as I know, that's how many. 4 is, how do you get your costumes? I either buy them, which is hardly ever, never, I don't ever buy my costumes because they're too expensive, or I thrift them and just like come up with pieces for myself. With the exception of this Maka costume and like all my wigs, I've made my own stuff. This was actually given to me as a Christmas gift from my mother. Thank you. It's a good costume, I like it a lot, it's really well made. But yeah, for the most part I just try to make my own stuff because it's cheaper, and also I feel like it gives you a better experience because you're making it for yourself. And it's really hot, so I'm gonna take this off. Get some sexy music playing up in here. This is so hot. I'm not wearing my sweater vest right now because I couldn't be fucked to put it on, so there's that. Just doing regular schoolgirl Maka today. Me being lazy. Alright, what is your favorite cosplay? My favorite, oh, I actually skipped a question, but we'll go back to it. My favorite cosplay is Maka. A lot of people are probably expecting me to say Juzo, and Juzo is one of my favorites to cosplay, but it's a pain in the ass to get Juzo's costume together. So Maka's my favorite, and I also like cosplaying Toka. Also Matt from Death Note. I really want to get more like pieces for him, things like that. I love him so much. He is very near and dear to my heart. Okay, the one that I skipped, what was your first cosplay? My first cosplay was Juzo from Tokyo Ghoul, technically. And a lot of people said that they really liked it, and I'm not gonna fault them for that. Like, thank you so much for supporting me, but that was a really poorly done cosplay, and I'm kind of embarrassed looking back on pictures because it was just so half-assed. Not even half-assed, I just didn't have the means to make it terrific. So thank you for supporting my Juzo cosplay. I'm sure if I get a different wig I can make it a little bit better. So that was my first cosplay. And then 7, which is after I skipped those questions, what is your favorite thing about cosplay? My favorite thing about cosplay is the fact that you can be whoever you want, in a sense that you get to have creative freedom, and it gives you kind of like a nice, it's very artistic, I believe. It's extremely artistic. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort, a lot of cash, a lot of time. I wish I had more time to dedicate to it so that I could do it more, because I don't get to do it as often as I would like to. But yeah, I just think it's great, and it's also a good way to bring people together because, I mean, you know, you go to cons and you meet people, and that's actually how I met some of my friends. Not a lot of my friends because I haven't been to that many cons, but I just think it's a really good way to bring people together and just to celebrate something that has a stigma on it, at least in this country for whatever reason, because people tend to think that if you like anime and things like that, that you're like weird. And I know that's not so much the case now, it was worse back then, but still there's just kind of like a cosplay, what the fuck is that? But yeah, I just think it's a really good way to bring people together and to celebrate your own individuality, which is so often lost these days for fear of coming off strange. I've just learned to not care anymore because it's really not that deep. 8, do you have any cosplay pet peeves? I have several. We'll get into that. Okay, my first cosplay pet peeve, this is not that big of a deal, but I have eyebrows, like really dark eyebrows, and they're a pain in the ass to conceal, so I never do it. And I should for cosplays like Maka, because she has very light ashy colored hair. Levi, I should do it, but I just can't be bothered to do it just because there's so much into it and it ends up cakey. And yeah, I'm just like, if you don't like my eyebrows, then whatever. And you're supposed to technically do it for Juzo. I never did it for Juzo. And the thing is, his eyebrows are so little and just, oh, that's such a big part of the character that whenever I did my wig, I did it so the bangs were covering the eyebrows because I really didn't want people to see that I couldn't conceal my goddamn eyebrows. But yeah, my eyebrows kind of piss me off, but that's more of like a personal, like, that's my deal. But things about cosplay in general that bother me is there's a very elitist kind of view, at least in the community that I've noticed. I don't delve too much into it just because I don't have a lot of friends that cosplay, and it's just not something that takes up a good chunk of my life because I don't have the funds to go to cons and things like that. But I've noticed that there is a very, like, sure hierarchy of cosplayers, and some people do look down on others and think that they're better than others. But that's not the case, you know. We're all just trying to enjoy something, dressing up as our character. And I have realized also that if someone adheres to a certain beauty standard, or if they're subjectively more attractive in whatever sense, which is very strange to me, that they're somehow considered better than other people. I don't get that. It's just cosplay, and I mean, like I said, beauty is very subjective. Another thing that really grinds my gears is, and this is people reacting to cosplay, this really irks the shit out of me. Whenever I'm dressed up, and this has happened to several of my friends as well, so I know it's not just me, but people, whenever they see someone dressed up in a costume, or like dressed up as one of their favorite characters, they think it's okay to say certain things to them that they probably wouldn't say to them if they were, you know, just in their normie clothes, whatever. And by this I mean sexual things, and that's not okay with me. It makes me extremely, incredibly uncomfortable. And people tend to forget that there is a person behind the costume and things like that. I used to run a Juzo blog on Tumblr long time ago. I haven't touched it in years, and the reason for that is because people got really gross really fast, and it was just an environment I didn't want to surround myself with, and it just makes people so uncomfortable. I just spit a little bit. Ew. Yeah, there's a plane. Okay, it's gone. It's going. Alright, plane's gone. But yeah, it's just, there's a lot of boundaries that tend to be crossed with cosplay, and I just need people to remember that there's a person behind the outfit and you're talking to an actual human being. It's not okay to say that kind of thing to a person. I don't know why people say that kind of thing to people. It's like, think about catcalling. Right? Fucked up, huh? Yeah. Even if you're behind an anonymous button, like on Tumblr or whatever, just it's not cool. It just makes everyone uncomfortable, and it's just so unnecessary. Like, just so, oh, you can't tell, this really pisses me off. Ooh. It's just a lot of the reasons I've stopped responding to some questions about my cosplays that I get. And I'm not even that big of a cosplayer, like, by any means. I am a nobody as far as I'm concerned in the community. I can't even imagine how much of that gets directed at more people that garner a lot more attention, because with more attention comes more good and more bad, so you kind of have to take it in stride, but yeah, no one should have to put up with that. Don't do it. Preach over. Okay, and then what's your most recent cosplay? I actually don't remember what my most recent cosplay is because it's been forever since I've planned for something. So, I'm gonna go ahead and say some cosplays that I would like to do, that I'm trying to get the stuff together for. One is Eren Yeager, because I like cosplaying Levi, but he's not my favorite, and I have, this is really dumb, I want to cosplay Eren because we have like the same eye color. It's a lot of the reason I like cosplaying Maka, because I got green eyes, and it looks more believable and I don't have to buy contacts. I never would buy contacts because my eyes get irritated, just personal preference. So I like to cosplay characters that I can kind of look more like without having to do extra stuff, because one, I'm lazy, and two, my eyes get really irritated. So Eren Yeager, also he's my son. Who else do I want to cosplay? Shiro from Dead Man Wonderland, although I don't really think that's going to happen just because there's so much that goes into the costume. And yeah, that. And I also want to try to cosplay some, not anime, what is it? Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem would be rad. I want to cosplay Olivia so badly. She's a dancer in Fire Emblem Awakening. And she's so cute, so adorable. Her costume is ass crazy expensive. It would take forever. It's also extremely revealing, which I'm not entirely comfortable with. I'm trying to come to terms with my own, you know, trying to be comfortable in my own skin. It's just showing that much is kind of hard for me. Yo, my freaking camera died. But, to conclude, I just didn't want to leave the video cutting off like that. So I was talking about how I wanted to cosplay Olivia from Fire Emblem. One of the last questions that I drew from another part of a different tag was what cosplayers do you look up to a lot, or like what cosplayers are your idols? I hate that word. But cosplayers that I look up to a lot are Cup Squirrel, not in like an idolizing sense, just in their friendship sense, and their cosplays are really good. And they're also one of the first groups I started watching on YouTube. Also, there's these two girls, I believe they go under the YouTube channel Weird World Productions was what it was, and oh goodness, this was like 2009, so it was forever ago. But they did like Death Note cosplays and stuff, and it was just ridiculous and hilarious and just amazing. It's just really funny. I don't think they do videos anymore. I think the channel's like kind of died out because they've done other things and they just grew up, and it's also 2017 now, so that was 8 years ago. But yeah, they're great. And then there's this cosplayer that I look up to quite a bit, Nimit, I can't pronounce it, K-N-I-T, I'm not sure, I'll link it below. But they cosplay a ton of people, and they're so good at it. One specific cosplay that they do with their friend is 10 Count, and it's Kurose and Shirtani from 10 Count, and their cosplay is really beautiful, like amazing. They do a wonderful job on the makeup, the outfits, just all of that. So any other cosplayers that I look up to, I'm sure I'll find some after I finish this video. I'll link them down below. And yeah, so thank you guys for listening to me ramble. Also, if you really do want me to make more content, like if you really do just want to see me do stuff, then that's great. If you have any requests to do anything, because I am fresh out of ideas, because I am one solo person. If I had other people that live near me that cosplayed with me, it would be a different story, because I have tons of ideas for that kind of thing. But if you just want to see like tags or just certain character talking about a certain thing or whatever, then I would be more than happy to do it. I have more free time, I have a new camera, so out of breath because I can't shut up. Okay, so yeah, hope you all have a fantastic day. I hope you're staying safe. Remember to eat something if you haven't, drink some water. If you got some medicine to take, you should probably go take it. Just have an awesome day, guys, and yeah. I'm gonna end this now because I cannot shut up. Oh my god. Okay, bye guys.